cleanups. But Sayla is just really playing together powerful. That is really an Achilles. That is a positive and negative point to that, because once both these two players commit, that's gonna be spell downfall for these two.
Yep, we're gonna go into the draw pick, ladies and gents. First game of the for this particular series. Usually it's we talk about momentum, right? I would say both these two teams, technically speaking, Team Evil has more is more momentum driven, momentum dependent. But Team Flash, on the other hand, the momentum depends on Bear. If Bear has a great game, the rest of the team will have a great game because it puts off a lot of pressure from Vanix and allow Vanix to go towards the later parts of the game and really become that late game gold lane marksman monster.
So if my hypothesis is right, that's going to be both teams fighting for the Grok first. I think creates a lot of environmental opportunities for either side. Contextually, I think Flash SG might be able to use the Gato. So it's a pick up the Grog, give up the other one, and traditionally I think there was a 4 win on the blue side, 1 win over on the red side in the previous series.
Yeah.
So this one might be a little bit different. Evo identifies that Yeeve's boxes or the RWM is going to be a huge problem and want to take it away from the hands of Cortese.
Yeah, Yves is starting to really rise in the meta because of the ability to literally burn and slow down the fights. You saw how it's always paired very easily with the Gata Kacha, just trap everybody in the box, and the rest is history, right? Speaking about Gata Kacha, here we go from the side of Team Flash.
So it's going to be a trade over. I think Evo is going to pick up the Grok for themselves. If they don't do it this round, it might be the Grok, it might be the Farsa to try to get a little bit more early game rotations, unless they want to go for the Lunox. I remember Sayla likes to have that Kagura up his sleeves as well. That's one of his signature comfort picks, but you don't want to show that hand way too early.
I think Kagura is a really interesting pick. Team Flash has definitely, Team Evo definitely did it before to better success as compared to Cortese. Cortese reminds me of a more of a Farsa player, right? Like literally outputting pressure. There you go. The Farsa and the Fanny Wombo combo, these two duo is deadly.
They're ramping up the aggression. They want to speed this game up. I think the previous series, we saw quite a long game averaging out at 22, 23 minutes through the entire series. I think with a Fanny, Flash SG is able to ramp up that aggression a little bit early. So the Kalea is getting picked up just to try to deny the Fanny from coming in a bit too close. So it's all down to the mid lane duo and how they protect that. Kimmy is a wide open target for this Fanny. So if Hades plays his cards right, Evo won't stand a chance in early game and they have to fight till late.
Yeah, we talk about late, right? For the side of the Team Evo or Team Flash, for both of these two teams. Ooh, interesting ban coming out from Team Evo, right? Taking away Esmeralda, really hinting that they may go for a Henry pick for the side of Van. That's something that Van has comfortably played before. And of course, you know, Henry in the later parts of the game becomes a crazy late game monster. And the Yu Zhong taken away from the side of Bear. Bear still also have the Lapu Lapu that he can definitely go back to. But Team Evo will exit this drafting phase, securing perhaps a Lapu Lapu for gear instead.
I was going to say the R-Lot because both EXP laners like the R-Lot quite a bit. So with that setup, it creates a lot more opportunities and dynamics of gameplay towards one of that. So the Lapu is going to be picked up by the side of gear. For Flash SG, there is not a lot of EXP laners left. Typically, you have that glue to face up against the Lapu. Or, for Bear is not really like a Diablo kind of a player. Like it's pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but it's pretty textbook to how he wants to draft. So Lapu getting picked up, maybe the glue would be the next best option. There's not a lot of heroes left unless you want to force that Uranus pick going in.
Uranus is pretty interesting, but I feel like they could use a little more CC, right? To basically allow defending to have a great game. Now, there's a lot of AoE from the side of Team Flash. You got a Feather Airstrike and also the AOG. Maybe you can abuse that one. Maybe Venix could even go back into something more traditional, like a Beatrix as well.
God, Alice, we totally slipped our minds.
Yeah, we totally forgot about that. Literally using the first skill, then just appearing right in the draft, right there. The Harry counter picked away. Really wise choice coming outside of Team Flash.
Yesterday, Vanix was using the Nathan.
Yes.
In the gold lane as well. I think to great success as well.
It is a very fun hero.
Bit more insurance policy down on the late game. So Flash SG solidified their draft. They have a lot of magic damage. Fanny's the only one with physical damage who's able to snipe down and take Kimmy out. As long as Kimmy's out of the picture, I think Evil would have a easier time. But then it's down to Powerful, who's going to be... Wait, no. So it's going to be Gear on the Cho in EXP. No. It's Ven on the gold lane. Gold lane Kimmy.
No. I think Cho...
My heart. My soul. After the first 5 games, I know I can't already.
Yeah, but like to be honest, Cho in the gold lane is always something that I would say is very controversial, right?
It's very tricky. You want to use that.
It is. It's a very tricky. There's so many things that you really need to basically align, right? Your sound needs to be aligned. I'm not a very big fan, personally speaking, but the way to use Cho is to go in, wave clear very quickly, and then after that join the fight, and all of a sudden you've got a 5v4 down in the turtle, and you have manpower advantage at the turtle fight, and then after that you just snowball out of control. But Team Flash brought in an Alice. And Alice goes in the TOR, that's where all of a sudden everything is just crazy AoEs. You got the Farsa as well, that's also slamming down hard with the Feather Airstrike, the Gato Kancha, that's landing on the AOG. You into the later parts of the game. Harif has the Zaman Force that could just bust anybody down in choke points. So Flash SG, I think this is a lot easier draft to execute, something more traditional.
Great analysis and great breakdown. It's traditional versus new age. It's the traditional gold lane marksman / mage up against the double fighter side lanes. It's going to be the heroes versus the villains as we jump into game 1 of the not really grand finals, the upper bracket finals for both these two teams. I do have to say though, I'm going to ask one question before we get started.
Yep.
Gear is G-E-A-R.
Yes.
Why is B-E-A-R bear and not beer? That's just stupid.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know. Okay, as we're filling the air,
English is such a weird language.
We're talking about flying clouds, right?
Okay.
Yeah, this was supposed to be my segue. A very weak attempt at the segue towards flying clouds. We've seen how well Stallions has played.
I still don't understand how you're gonna segue that into flying clouds.
Just go with it. Just
everything
roll along with it.
across my head.
Just roll along with it. Okay,
right,
flying clouds.
Okay, flying clouds.
We have a more late game centric draft in Evo than in Flash. And Flash really needs to ramp that tempo up. We've seen this in the previous series as well.
Actually, in my opinion, Flash has a better later game as compared to Team Evo
because of the high ground defense.
Because of the choke.
Okay.
So Team Evo
play that.
So Team Evo are playing the Cho. They're basically from the side of Team Evo. They've got so many displacements on the Kalir, on the Cho, and also you've got the Bravest Warrior from the side of the Lapu Lapu. There's a lot more pressure for Kimi to basically output the damage, and also for Aether on the higher base to output the damage. Because either one of these two teams go down, Cho, technically speaking, I think the last time when we saw how Ven builds the Cho, it's mostly on the damage Cho kind of thing.
Yes, it's damage Cho.
Like what I mentioned, not a big fan. I personally prefer even Seiji Sun.
I think they just want to disrupt the... yes, reminding me of Seiji Sun. But then again, it's Cho. It's locked in already. It's ready to go. Cho, I think its only job is to just disrupt the Farsa. Once the Feather Airstrike is thrown, it's Ven's job to just get into the bird's face and just knock him sky high into the air. But ladies and gentlemen, as we jump into the upper bracket finals, only one will go through to the grand finals. The other will be knocked down and have to wake up a little bit earlier for the lower bracket finals.
It's okay. MRT should be open by then. But anyways, earlier what I mentioned is I want to see more rotations coming out of Ven. This is, I would say this kind of roster coming out of Team Evo is definitely more beneficial when it comes to expanding rivers. But don't forget, if Team Evo were to play on the back foot just a little bit slightly, right? Ven can actually set up a very good flank using Flying Clouds. It doesn't have to go straight to lane. You can definitely go, hide in one bush right there. Just wait for a moment to pounce, and that's where, if you're playing as Alice, you're gonna get kicked away, and all of a sudden your TOR gets denied a little bit. Maybe you're unable to heal and get into a very good position where you just become this unkillable Alice.
That's right. I think the Flying Clouds with the untargetable kind of approach really changed things up a little bit. Hades is right in the picture as well. Into the jungle, the Shadow actually latches onto Hades, but I don't think Aether wants to go too far into it.
Not too sure who actually... I would like to believe it's Hades that actually took 1 minute away, but if you notice how Hades is just, starting onto Aether, right? Not giving Aether a bit of a space on the farm, because take note, Hayabusa actually needs a lot more time as compared to a Fanny, because Fanny could just immediately unlock Cutthroat, and then after that, all of a sudden, that's a massive damage boost for Hades.
There's a turtle being spawned already. Evil in position. You have Powerful, still not level 4 yet. You've got 4 members of Flash trying to take this turtle down before Evil can make a first move. That's a Feather Airstrike already zoning everyone out. Flash SG secures the first objective.
Yep, easy, and as if, reporting to work at the office at on the Monday, right? For the side of Team Flash, that's pretty textbook. We saw it in the game stats, right? Like how Flash always have a very good, strong, solid plan in the early game, but during the later part of the game, when it gets really messy, they kind of falter just a little bit, but here he goes.
Distraction Pulse, powerful already, utilized a flicker, not level 4 yet, he's trying to go on to Hades, Aether, secures first blood, taking down Fanny, Curtizi next to fall, bot hand to Sayla as Evo up ahead.
That's the power of the Hayabusa against the Fanny, right? The Shadow Kill actually tags onto the Fanny very easily, and don't forget, if Sailor is allowed to just output damage from afar like that, and don't forget, you also got Ven also providing some form of peel as well. It's actually really hard to deal and reach Sailor right there. Right now, Team Evil, the win con is make sure Sailor free hit from the back.
Well, typically, if you have a double fighter side lane, right, the assassin should be more empowered because your fighters are protecting you, starting to engage and trying to delay Hades' farm a bit more. But Ven is not doing that. What is the rotation plan for the side of Evil?
I think like what I mentioned, right, Ven actually rotated earlier as compared to Vanix, but of course Vanix is a traditional, well, technically traditional marksman, gold lane is, no, not marksman, but a traditional gold lane hero, right? But now, I also want to see more rotations coming off on Bear. You can see that he's slightly uncomfortable. As we take a look at the items, it's just gear that's skipping the boots right there, just abusing the fact that he has, and he's secured even more damage item for himself.
A little bit of a Scrufarful down the mid side. Gear taking a lot of damage from Hades, but able to stay alive for now. Gear, bravest fighter, he's healing everything back up. Bear soaking that damage in. He's got a full wave. To his respect, Evil 1.1k gold up ahead. That's Tsunami Slam onto Hades though, instantly vaporized by the hands of Sayla.
Yeah, and it's just massive, right? Coming out from the side of Team Evil. When you play against a Fanny, you know where the Fanny is gonna path, and the Team Evil just literally abuse it. That's literally a powerful play coming out from the side of Team Evil.
Hades not a good start to the game. Flash just wants to get that aggression going. Flash is already in that turtle pit. Hades is up online, but Evil just doesn't want to contest.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to contest this one. Powerful, nor Ada has even even in the right position to basically contest that one. But like what I mentioned, it's more on Team Evil to really start ganking and also really start winning, which they did. But they're just going to let Team Flash, take the turtle anyways because they are technically ahead slightly, especially in terms of the jungle game.
I think Evil's game plan, pretty one-dimensional. You have two basically hyper carries for the team. You've got the Kimmy as well as the Hayabusa. How does that work out? You don't really have a lot of engaged potential, so you're going to lose out and give up a lot of these major objectives.
Yeah, definitely, right? But it also boils down to Ven setting up, also boils down Powerful setting up. So the Flicker Tsunami Slam is going to be very important. However, Team Flash does have the necessary counter, right? If you take a look, Curtizi and Vanix does have the Purify ready to go. Jay can always reinforce with an AOG to slam people up with the Revitalize easily. Power Spike over the side of Vanix already with the Starlium Scythe, and also for Hades with the Blade of Hephaestus, but we're unable to see any of it coming to fruition. You need Hades to really start assassinating Sayla, but Sayla's just free hitting like that.
Yeah, Sayla's damage is really starting to hurt, and it's just, there's a Traction Pulse onto 2, there's a CC immunity, Purify already used up, the AOG by Jay just to disrupt everyone, Tsunami Slam over the wall, but into the back line though, there's a Shadow Kill, Vanix is here to play, he's dealing a lot of damage, Gear unable to get out safe and gets that kill, Curtizi will take Gear out.
And that's exactly what I mentioned, right, the ease of execution, but hold on, Ven.
Ooh. It's Ven able to dash and shimmy out of the way. But just to protect against that turret skirmish, I think Hades doesn't want to go too much into that.
And luckily, Vanix was there to basically land on the Summon Force in that previous sequence, right? And if you notice how easy Team Flash's execution is, right? Everybody press ultimate and you win. Literally, that's how, well, of course, Vanix needs to dash around. And Bear always has to press the TOR immediately, and also the AOG, and everybody gets stuck, and it's a lot easier for Team Flash to output the damage against Team Evil.
A lot more layering of combos, especially from Flash SG. You got Bear into Bear's TOR into the AOG, so it creates so much crowd control and chain stuns down onto the villains that they can't really do too much. Right now, Flash SG starting that rotation up towards that turtle pit. Evil not contesting. for this turtle.
Yeah, they don't really need to contest this, I feel. But Hayabusa looking to actually escalate as much more time, but hold on a second, Gears actually just sizing up. Hades securing the turtle for himself.
Yeah, a very patient maneuver, and then just free targeting onto the turrets. He's trying to find trades. Bottom side already demolished, looking at the mid side.
Ven needs to really start these fights. Hold on.
Gear again in the spot of bother, able to dash out.
Yeah, it's risk. Just I feel like Ven needs to really utilize his Cho to also split push, which he's already trying to do right there down in the bottom lane. But we also need to see in this like massive clashes.
This is aim and force. Onto 3, the Tsunami Slam will bring it into Sailor's face. The Fred Airstrike will do a lot of damage, but not enough. Hades almost getting the Cutthroat down onto Powerful, but doesn't want to risk it.
A lot of massive AOEs already used by the side of Team Flash right off the bat. I think Team Evil was able to bait out really big ultimates, right? Like Vanix's Summon Force, Jay's AOG, and also Curtizi's Fred Airstrike. That should be coming up very, very soon. But we need to see, Team Flash ramping up in terms of the damage, in terms of the structures, because Ven is just...
It's just a sliver. That was the lethal ignition that Hades had. But on the top side, though, Gear onto 3. There's a sandwich down the Feather Airstrike to push everyone back. They cleared up that wave, and Gear is still left alive. He kept that tower safe.
Yeah, the Reverse Warrior right there, slicing, dicing, will be able to wave clear that one, because if you notice, Team Flash was actually...
They saw that. That's a slam. That's a jump down onto Curtizi. Purify already used up. They're trying to block out Aether. Aether able to shadow out into the fray. Powerful taking a lot of damage. Won't be able to survive. Jay will take Powerful down as Evil tries to equalize the scoreline once again.
Yeah, and of course, Traction Pulse committed by the side of Sailor onto Jay. Gear also on the Bravest Warrior, trying to exercise the dice. He used to be able to find it. Vanix does have the Zaman Force, just in case Team Evil continues the fight.
The difficulty about Team Evil is that Ven is not in the picture yet. Yes, he's got 1 kill. Yes, he was in the picture. But Flash is always fighting as 5. They're always trying to find nice stuns, but you would never always find it perfect. But for the side of Evil, though, Ven is he's playing this very differently from the regular season. In the regular season, that Cho was in fights every single time, but now Ven is just used as sort of like that macro insurance policy, just taking down that sideways and try to push that wave over.
And this is how, Seiji will play soon, right? Like, just start split pushing, coming in, and then after that, go missing in the map and causing a little bit of panic for the side of Team Flash, because right now, if they're going to fight as 5 and nobody's actually opening up a flank, there could be a random Ven hiding in either one of these bushes and then start kicking and isolating the fights against Team Flash.
There's a flicker already used up. Ven, huge barrage via the Zaman Force, but able to walk out and shimmy out safe. Flash making a beeline towards that Lord at the quarter, Lord at the 5th. We're going in with a shadow kill. Bear immediately takes down that Lord. It's a huge steal with the TOR, able to get out. And Flash SG finally equalize the scoreline.
Oh, massive mistake coming up from Aether, right? Giving the Lord over the side, Team Flash. And now, don't forget, it's just, Flash was just doing this as if it's literally nothing, right? It's just that basically successful. Stealing that Lord away from Team Evil is definitely going to hurt Team Evil.
We're back to square one. The top lane, T1, barely standing, barely holding on. The turret minion, hopefully able to take this out, will buy a lot of time for Evil to come online.
Definitely getting more action as compared to Ven earlier just now, because Ven, he's still focused on split pushing right here. You can see that he's actually kicking against Hades, but Hades is more than happy to handshake this.
Here's Cortese, therefore backup. It's Ven against 2, able to take that down. Ven falls. It's a 5v4 opportunity that Flash wants to cycle.
Literally the deadly duo right there. Cortese and Hades training in terms of the aggression and also outputting the damage. That's just typical deadly duo from the side of Team Flash.
Someone has to deal with the Lord up top. They're sending Aether down low. Vanix already popped in his aim and force. That's a 2-man stun, but Attraction pauses a lot of damage, but Airstrike will keep Flash safe.
Yeah, and also provides a lot of covering fire for the side of Vanix, and now it is going to be...
Oh, it's a mid-air strike!
Oh,
almost getting that kill.
The RNG does not go in this favor, right? Because the Shadow Kill literally tags onto the minion, and Hades was able to just get away scot-free.
Slowing things down, 90 seconds until Lord spawns up. Evil struggling to get the objective.
Oh, the Crystal already secured by the side of Vanix. He's online right now. He's looking for and itching for a fight.
It's a 2v1 down the bottom side. Tsunami Slam into the wall. Hades just stashing cables out. But Powerful seals that deal. There's 2 members down the bottom side. There's 3 men up top. Evil barely hanging on as Flash SG playing 4-on-1.
Yeah, Hades was trying to hold. I'm not too sure what he's trying to do right there. He's trying to go back into the fight. Hopefully with War Axe to basically just heal up uncontrollably and also sustain and perhaps secure an outplay. Try to buy some time down the bot lane where Flash tried to do some damage up top, but neither actually worked.
Taunt too powerful. Xenon Force already committed. It's 40 seconds until Lord spawns up. The bottom side turret is getting dealt with Bobby. As Evil taking full control of the map. And interestingly, even though they're below in terms of the economy, they are playing that macro game.
Yep, definitely, right? Looking at the items, you've also already got big items from inside Sailor, right? Blood Wings, you also already got your Divine Glaive. He's gonna output a lot of damage, gonna shred. So Team Evil perhaps could use that to basically zone out the resident members from the side of Flash SG, push them away. And also, if you notice, Flash SG, I pointed out Vanix already has all his items. He's ready for a fight, but he's unable to find anything because I don't think Flash SG, yes, you got low CCs, but you trap Ven, he can get out with a Shunpo, and also from the side of Team Evo, you also got the Lapu Lapu with Ravens Warrior, Ghost CC immunity. It's pretty annoying, and you got Aether's iframes as well.
The Flash is basically playing cat and mouse. You got Ven already in the fight. You got a conceal play, down to Vanix, he finds it in! His tsunami slamming into the wall, and down that Harrod goes! Evo opening the floodgates and opening that door, that's 3 members down, and Evo...
And that's exactly what I said, right? Sailor is ready for a fight as well. Same could be said about the side of Vanix. However, Katizi earlier just now already burned away the Purify. And also Jay slamming down AOG, but that's not enough because Team Evo literally caught them off guard in the middle of rotation. So all Hades can do right now is to nothing but try to split push on the other side as Team Evo secure the law for themselves.
Speaking of split push, Ven on duty. Oh, he able to save it. Is the Wave the Dragon able to kick him out, but lost that turret, buying a little bit of time for the Lord to march down the bottom side. Evo needs to sync up all 3 waves, trying to wait for them to come in. Look at where Gear is, though. He's proxying that wave, trying to get that top wave shoved in. I think Evo's goal, taking out all the T2s, will open up the entirety of that map.
Yeah, Aether as well, you know, securing BOD gear, picking up the Demon Wings already. These are critical items that Team Evo is more than happy to take because Flash SG right now, there actually has to play a bit of defense, and now it's about the siege.
That's the traction pulse into the Bravest Fighter, but I don't think Evo wants to commit too much into it. They still have the Lord in tow down the bot side.
Yeah, and the AOG already committed by the side of Jay just to get out of there. Jay stepping forward just a little bit, trying to poke and actually shove Team Evil away, but here comes the kick from Ben.
Oh, good find. Onto Wave of the Dragon into the Tsunami Slam! Hades able to cable out, but the damage is done. Vanix dashing, dishing, hopping around, and dealing that damage through. This 1 member down. Evil ramping up the aggression a little bit, but they are a little bit too held back. Oh.
Hades, you gotta cool down, boy. You can see that he's actually really aggressive in that particular sequence, right? There was an amazing TOR by the side of Bear as well. Even though, yes, it was Hades will get caught out, he's actually will be able to wave clear and also push Team Evil away, but they forgot the Lord that's marching down bot. And at the very least, you know, Flash SG is still in the game for now, but they do have an open bottom lane that they need to fix.
The traditional gold lane in the form of Harith isn't working too much, but it's starting. The damage is really starting to hurt, especially for Evil. All the tanky frontliners are not able to tank and hold themselves up against the magic damage that Vanix brings.
Yep.
And what is the issue right now for Flash? What do they need to find?
I feel like they really need to start fighting together.
Oh, that's a nice find onto Vanix, but no follow-up. That's a traction pulse. They want to play it front to back. Powerful is in the midst of it. He goes down by the hands of Bear, and the rest, as they say, is history. Evil backs off.
Yeah, Powerful going down that is actually quite good, but hold on.
There's a shadow kill. Able to secure that
Aether?
kill. Aether, one more hit, takes Hades down! And Aether will fall by the hands of Vanix. Evil unable to save their brethren. As Gear just taking one after another. It's a 1v4. He's still alive. Gear gets out safe. It's Vanix able to take down Ven, but at what cost? There's 3 members down for that side of Evo though. 21 seconds until the Lord spawns up. The scoreline as well as the economy equalized.
Man, Observer has a bit of a vendetta against Van on this show. But you gotta admit, right? Vanix just literally outplayed Van right there. Van was actually homing missiles trying to find Vanix. Hopefully he'll be able to kick Vanix back into Team Evil. But you see the damage from Vanix as well, especially in these choke points. Bear as well on this Alice, the TOR, enabling Vanix to just go on ham.
For Evil, though, their only threat is in the form of that Vanix. If you take down that Harith, Evil will have a shot. Right now, it's a big challenge. Evil hasn't really secured a lot of the major objectives. They want to go for the kills. Lord at a half. Lord at a third. Evil finding an angle. Gear on the backside already. Aether is in the midst. He's got that shadow kill. The Lord will go over the hands of Evil. And they take it. Gear will sacrifice himself. But no, he gets that flicker out of the way. The AOG comes in. This Ven is all alone, and they back off. Evil secures one for the team.
Man, Evil securing the Lord is massive against Team Flash, right? If you take a look at how Gear was basically, they swapped the roles just a little bit. Earlier just now was Ven actually trying to screen and find Vanix, and this time around they swap over to Gear, and because of the Zaman Force, and Gear was able to push Vanix away from that one, and while Team Evil is occupying Team Flash right there, they're around the bottom part of that bush right there, they snuck the Lord away under Team Flash.
But right now, it's difficult, right? Evil can't throw their bodies to try to commit into any big team fights. They have to wait for the wave to come down. Hades keeping busy up on the top side. Evil just having 5 members down on the bottom.
So much damage already from the Traction Pulse. We'll be able to land the damage onto Vanix right here. Once again, Team Flash sliding on the back foot, but Hades is actually trying to make it work. But hold on, continue play right there. They need to do something right now.
They want to find Gear. Gear using the Bravest Fighter as a last-ditch effort. You got the wave already finding its way into the throne. They've tasted the light at the end of the rainbow. An Evil 2K gold lead up ahead. This today has just been crazy. A constant push and pull.
Yeah, interesting build coming up on Ven as well, right? The War Axe, Endless Battle, the BOD, and now should be going into the Malefic Roar as well. The Brute Force Breastplates allows him to basically gain that movement speed and a bit more tenacity and basically just run away, hopefully, right? But I want to see more coming up to Team Evil, right? Of course, Sailor's outputting a lot of damage in the back line, and that's wonderful. Lapu Lapu as well, even with this kind of items as well, is outputting quite a decent amount of damage against Team Flash, especially when Team Flash stick together as a group.
Gear taking a lot of damage from Vanix. Powerful, giving a little bit of intel, giving a bit of vision onto the purple buff. Aether wants to secure it. Hades already got that retribution onto the purple buff, so he's got his main core buff before anything goes further on south. But at the end of the day, we forgot one important thing. Evil has the magic of team fights that Flash SG can't seem to break through.
I mean, yeah, definitely, right? Team Evil, the magic of team fights that we know and love truly, definitely is what it will be something great against Team Flash. And if you notice how Team Flash is trying to use Hades as this Fanny to try to split push and also try to split the fights apart, but in fact that actually doesn't work because in my opinion, Flash SG, this is a team fight comp. You have to fight together as 5. And Team Evil, even though yes, if you want to deal with Team Evil, you have to really pick and really split and pull people apart. Ultimately, it is Team Evil that literally collapsed onto Team Flash over and over again, and then get 1 kill, and then after that translate right into an objective, right into a turret, right into a Lord.
We're slowing things down. Evil still protecting Sailor with their life. That is the only win condition that they have. Sailor is online, is able to just go a typical front to back kind
Holy
of,
Crystal already secured for himself. Yeah. Winter Crown as well, just in case the Hades wants to do Hades things. But of course, you know, with the Lord being evolved right now, Team Evil, I think Team Flash already knows about this. They are itching closer towards the Lord Pit as well.
That rotation onto that Lord. Bear is starting things off. You want to pull it over to the side of Flash SG. But Evil tries to get that reset going on. I think it's a constant like push and pull, but look at what Evil's master plan is on the bottom side. Ven slow pushing down onto the turret. Doesn't want to show himself yet, but the good thing is Flash does have Hades to be able to cable down in a moment's notice.
Should be able to join the fight very easily. And now this Team Evil, you know, high chance for them to basically try to go for this Lord Blitz as well. Team Flash, on the other hand, you know, does send Hades down to repel that just a little bit, but Ven's still around though. Team Evil right now, if they really want this Lord, they have to really use this opportunity right now.
They already utilized the Bravest Fighter, but look at the bottom side, constantly battering down. Very good macro plan gameplay from Evil. Flash SG has to send someone down to fix that as well. You get the Lord getting a reset too. Evil waiting for the horn to sound.
Yeah, Ven is still sticking all the way down bot. He's not interested in basically joining team fights. Of course, you know, even if Ven is not shown on the map, Flash SG has to play really, really safe. Yes, technically speaking, Jay can actually open the map. Oh, Hades.
Yeah.
He knows where Ven is.
He knows he's there. Knows he's just at the bottom side. Now, Evo is still slow pushing. I think, man, Jays, what is the worst thing that can happen for both teams?
Worst thing that can happen, Bear gets 3 kills as well, and also, controlling the Lord fight. Because don't forget, Team Flash is a clash comp. They are strong, literally, together as a massive stack together. Oh, Jay.
They found someone. They found Gear against the bravest fighter going out ham. Bear trying to get pulled that away from that Lord. AOG will lock everyone in place. Down low, Sailor secures that Lord for themselves. Losing 2 members, but then keeping Hades busy. So Evil just buying a little bit more time for himself. Once again, powerful. The Great Escape. He does have the immortality, but he will get taken down. It will pop. But yeah, it's just going to be delaying his inevitable doom. Vanix is unstoppable. He will pick that up.
Yeah, Team Evil actually had a very good advantage around in the Lord pit. Yes, they definitely should be the victors for that Lord, but now all of a sudden, Team Flash maneuvered around Team Evil, and of course with Hades, he's really smart on how he plays the fan, denying the back from Powerful, allowing his team to pick up, and Team Evil all of a sudden has to play from the back foot, even though they have a Lord in their favor.
Then on reconnaissance duty, that's 15 seconds until gear spawns up. Evil will need to give up this T1 mid side. AOG will land. Winter Crown will get popped up by Sailor. Trying to do herself. That's the throne being targeted though. There's not enough backup. There's not Evil. No minions. It's Evil coming in. They might be able to cycle it through. Here comes Gear coming 1v4.
The Lord, the base goes.
easy down. Lord, march out to the base. They need to get that reset. But it's that Lord that takes the cake. It might be it. The 6th member of Team Evil.
Man, the Lord is a paid actor. This is, it's just Team Flash miscalculating right there. Jay want to commit for the ending push, and then all of a sudden Team Evil, with the sheer amount of minions in their favor, the evolve, it's an evolve Lord Churros. This is maddening.
That is the 6th member of Team Evil. We've got Lord Vanix on Flash. You've also got Lord. If only you can see Jays right now. It's just a lot of headaches right there.
Like, I know what Team Flash is trying to do. They're trying to blitz the core right there. Someone forced landing down. Vanix would go for it, but they ran out of minions, and they really went Powerful, and the rest of the Team Evil basically came back in for the respawn. They went in, and after that, just hold. All they have to do is hold Team Evil right there, and then Team Flash just made a boo-boo.
That was a very smart move.
They fell on the floor flat at the finishing line.
That's the villain's master plan. All the way, Ven wasn't in the team fights at all. He was busy pushing down the bottom side. So when the Lord eventually had an open bottom side, Hades just gave up that bot and go down to the mid side. They had not enough minions. They had not enough pushing power. Yes, they do have that Harith. But once Gear came up, all they need to do was buy enough time for Gear to come up, clear out their minion waves, and try to delay their recall back into the base.
Production, can we have...
The Lord is MVP.
The Lord is the MVP. Sorry, Sayla, you're not the MVP. The Lord is the MVP because that Lord literally won them that game right there. Yes, Kimi was able to output so much damage earlier just now. It was a decision from the side of the Evolve Lord that literally won Team Evil game number 1. I mean, if you watch so many MLBB games, this is just a scene.
Yeah, calm down. We have potentially 4 more games to go, Jace. Potentially 4, but what a game from the villains. Really showing us how it's done. The magic of team fights still cannot be broken by the side of Flash SG. Taking a look at the emblems and the statistics right here, man, Jace, what can you tell me? It's all even at this point.
No, actually, it's Team Flash, doing the same thing as well, right? They've got a solid early game plan, which is to basically take down the 3 turtles, and then after that, they freestyle. Vanix has actually hit the main point as well. He's already got most of his items up and running already, and even with the mystery shop, it does help him to get all of that as well. But also, if you notice how Team Evil actually secured 3 lords and sent it against Team Flash earlier just now, because Ven is also outputting a lot of invisible pressure on the side lanes. If you notice, Ven go for the assassin emblem as well for the movement speed with the wilderness blessing, able to run around, concussive blast to wave clip very fast.
We gotta get a reset. I think this was just a crazy game. 23 minutes on the clock. By no means the longest game that we had today, but it might go the distance. It might go the mile.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm calling
man.
it. I'm literally calling it, man. The Lord is a paying actor. The Lord is the MVP for this particular game.
Hey, no, it's fair. It's fair because Flash SG also has a lord of their own. Vanix with 7, 1, and 4 on this Harith. So does Boots. He's got the Oracle, so he's staying in the team fights a lot. But at the end of the day, it was just a macro gameplay that Evil had thwarted over Flash SG.
Yeah, if you tell me a few seasons ago, hey, Team Evil mastered the macro game, I would laugh at you and throw you Powerful's book. And it seems like, Team Evil just exists and they won.
Yeah, it's 2 branches, 1 tree. If you ever watch Karate Kid, that's the power of the team fights in their palm. All they need to do is just manage that macro gameplay. So they're playing Macro Jackson at this point. Evil just under full control of the entirety of that map. And yes, Flash SG won out that last fight, but Aether with that clutch Lord Steal, none of that would have mattered if Aether couldn't get that last Lord.
Yeah, of course, even though, yes, it is Team Flash was able to basically push Team Evil all the way back to base.
Look at the flippin' economy. 70k. It's even. Everything is the same.
And not only just that, if you notice, Team Evil also secured quite a lot of purple buff from themselves because they are literally playing, denying the purple buff away from Hades. And that's basically one of the things that you also need to take note if you're playing as a Fanny, right? You really need to play the purple buff takedown.